There we
is
go.
the intro music that you're dancing along to. We should probably figure out a way for you to fucking hear that too.
Listen, I like my... You're listening
know.
to the actual intro music. I'm listening to something very different on my end, sort of thing. It's great. Working out.
Perfect. Hey, it works. It works. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. The Story Motors Podcast. My name is Robert.
I am Mike.
And we're Robert and Mike.
Yeah, we're the Story Motors.
Yeah! Not like motors
Yeah.
like cars. More like
No.
like story, like easy mode, story,
Yeah.
It's...
Yeah.
Look, it's episode 7. If you're jumping on now...
Go back
cool.
and listen to the last 6.
Yeah, there's
Appreciate
a lot
you
of
being
lore
here.
that you're missing. Welcome in, but there's a lot of lore that you're missing
Yeah.
from the first 6 episodes. So go back in there. A lot of inside jokes. A lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Right off the...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Mike, how are you today, bud? Drinking some water?
Drinking a lot of water. We're doing good. We're at the tail end of this gout flare up that has been stricken me for the last week or so. So
fucking gout, man.
It feels good to be able to walk around and not be in excruciating pain.
I get it.
So yeah, man.
I get it. I've been there, man. That blows. Gout is not fun.
It really isn't, but it has led me to Google a bunch of interesting things like low purine foods. And one of them that's always on there is like a hierarchy of like alcohol to avoid, alcohol to enjoy in moderation, alcohol to enjoy freely. And it is avoid beer. You can have some liquor and go wild with the wine. So
just go fucking wine crazy, man.
Fucking play slap the bag. Come on.
I got beer, so
lucky you.
Yeah, go nuts on the wine, buddy. Well, yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better, man. Yeah, we are recording this a couple of days later than we usually do.
Because definitely later in the day than usual.
Definitely later in the day than we usually do.
Yes.
But yeah, Mike was not feeling too well on our regular record days, so we pushed it back a couple days. But I'm glad that you're feeling a bit better and the gout is starting to subside.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
How are you doing, my friend?
I am a bit tired.
Yeah.
But I'm happy. I had to work a bit late today, which is not bad because I get a little bit of OT, and that's going to be great for my upcoming trip to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good time to get paid.
We're just going to throw batteries at Ric Flair.
Fuck, dude. If Ric Flair shows up, I'll throw a goddamn battery at him. Fuck Ric Flair.
D-cell, baby.
D-cell.
Finish the job that God is...
Are you shitting me?
Finish the job that God is seemingly hesitant to do.
I'm going to finish that story. Fuck you, Cody. Nah, Cody's cool. Cody's cool. Well, Mike, what are we doing today?
We are revisiting an old idea that we actually originally started this podcast with.
Mm-hmm.
So, we originally started this before the was it before the Mario? No, it could not.
I think it was when when the Mario movie came out for the first time.
Yeah.
Is when we recorded our first episode of the podcast that is now Story Motors Podcast. And it was audio only. It was over a year ago. We recorded it. Then I had a bit of a mental breakdown, and now a year later we're back. So instead of just taking that old recording and posting it, there was no video anyway.
We're not recycling this old crap.
Yeah, we're recycling the idea, but we're kind of making it new again.
Yes. And that idea is we are creating a Nintendo Cinematic Universe.
The NCU. The N stands for Nintendo.
Yes. Please.
Yeah.
Do not put anything else in there.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna put I'm not gonna use the word Nintendo in the description for this episode.
No. Put Nintendo. Like that one manga.
Yeah.
Where there is literally a Nintendo Super Famicom.
Yeah. So I know that we don't get a lot of views or listens, but Nintendo is kind of shitty when it comes to online things.
they're extremely litigious
Mm-hmm.
and not really wanting to play with that fire.
Yeah.
So
I mean, obviously we wouldn't get sued or anything, but we don't want to fucking copyright strike
no,
on a
like this
stupid
early
thing where we
on,
use the word Nintendo.
yeah, no, we don't want that. We don't want that smoke this early on.
No.
Give it another
In
50 episodes, and
Yeah,
then
50 episodes? We'll fucking take you on, Nintendo. All right? I'm
and
going to make my own Pokemon ROM where they're all drunk.
we're gonna be fucking hitting Mario and Luigi with some tag team finishers. Oh yeah,
Well,
yes.
but yeah. So, we're revisiting an old idea. What we did though is instead of just using the NCU kind of things that we wrote out over a year ago, we went back and made some new ideas. Um, and I actually got. I mean, I don't know about Mike. I mean, I do, but I'm saying it for the people watching and listening. I don't know about Mike, but I got really deep into my fucking Nintendo fake movie Duffy and started going kind of into a couple of these ideas. So, what the initial idea was is starting from the Mario movie or not, have a few movies in the Nintendo Cinematic Universe leading up to the Avengers movie, which is Super Smash Brothers. So, what are
Mm-hmm.
your movies ahead of time? What characters are you bringing in? What's going on? And then it all culminates in Super Smash Brothers movie.
Yeah, that's
So, I have a few. I didn't even get to what the Super Smash Brother movie was going to be, to be honest with you. But I think I got everything up to that point. But I
yeah.
just kept getting real deep into it.
That's listen. That is great. I got one pretty fleshed out thing. I've got some rough ideas, but I at least have roughly my analogous characters as to who is going to be, you know, what my Nintendo Avengers, my Nintendo Avengers is
Yeah,
going to look like. So I can give you that. I can
that's
give
good
you my
enough for me.
ones, and then I don't know, just fake my way through a lot of things like I did in a lot of college. Just get up there and freestyle and then walk out of there
Hmm.
with a C.
There we go. That's all that we need. You know,
C's get
we're just
degrees, kids.
just telling a story.
We're out
Okay,
here just spinning a yarn.
we're just moding some stories,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, excuse me, Mike. How about you? How about you lead us off with your
Okay.
NCU pitch? Okay,
Alrighty. So,
because I remember what you
Mar-
pitched last time, and it got pretty, it got kind of
unhinged.
weird. Yeah.
Listen, this was. You have no idea how close you were to a Mr. Game and Watch movie. That was one I just couldn't land the plane. But that was an idea. That was me furiously scribbling away on my iPad at my lunch break today. That just didn't happen. But so no, thankfully the Mario movie did a lot of heavy lifting, introduced a lot of characters and kind of
Mario,
established some
Luigi,
people. Yeah,
Mario.
so Mario, and Luigi Mario.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Um so what we're doing here is I'm trying to get the OG MCU Avengers. So, Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, and Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
Just that because I just did not have the mental bandwidth to try and like flesh out fucking end game
Yeah.
level
Yeah.
87 fucking characters, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Like, no, I can't do that. I can't give you DLC characters, but I
I
can give
mean,
you the N64 characters.
there's a DLC character in our background right now going
Yep.
through it, and it's Joker from Persona 5. So, as you said that.
Wonderful.
But, yeah, go ahead.
Hey. So my Iron Man, my Captain America, Luigi and Mario. Mario and
Okay.
Luigi.
Okay.
All right, so those are already established in there.
Yep.
So we just got to figure out the other four, right? And so here I am, wondering who to do next. And thankfully, Nintendo already did a little bit of the work for me with their post-credit sequence.
Yeah.
Yep. So what do we see in the post-credit sequence? Egg. in the sewer. Oh, it hatches, goes to black, and we hear Yoshi.
Yep.
Oh,
Yoshi.
yeah. Yup.
That was a terrible Yoshi impression, but
Oh, that's going to be the highlight of this Yoshi fucking tale. Because, so here's how this ended up. I just kind of did just stream of consciousness on this thing.
yeah.
It is Yoshi, but imagine him in the Daredevil movie. Like, it is a dark, gritty reboot. And he ends up fighting somebody in an office building. Not
Yoshi does?
Yoshi does. So,
With his little Yoshi arms?
I mean, Yoshi can, he can swallow people and spit them out as an egg. Remember?
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
that's his superpower?
that's,
That's his
other than being,
that's his blindness, is being able to suck people up and turn them into eggs?
I mean, listen, it's about as effective as being blind. Tell me I'm wrong.
Can't. I can't.
Yeah.
But I mean, Matt
No,
Murdock,
no.
fucking, he's also a mutant. I think. I assume he is.
Probably. I don't know. Getting into the mutant thing is just.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it's for next episode.
God. Or I somehow turn Waluigi into Colossus.
Waluigi is Bullseye, obviously, and Wario is Electra.
Ugh. See, that's the movie I want to see now. Fuck what I had going. Yeah, no. So Yoshi emerges from the sewer. This is totally different. He doesn't know what's going on. He's freaking out. He's swallowing things, shitting them out as eggs. You know, nobody knows what to do except Mario and Luigi. They show up on the scene. A little brief fight ensues, but then, as he is wont to do in the Super NES version, as soon as you fall off that fucker, he runs away
Hmm.
and he disappears.
I mean,
That's the
sometimes he
thing.
doesn't run away because he's down a fucking chasm. Because I had to make that jump.
Yep. Hey, at least you made the jump. Dinosaur, lizard, dragon friend, whatever the hell he is. Anyway, so he's in New York. It's chaotic. It's full of indifferent, angry people who are somehow also amazing. He's freaking out. He's running away. He's scared. He hides under a blanket because he's still kind of a funny, silly little guy. He's running around. He hears this rhythmic pounding of drums. He doesn't know what's going on, but it's familiar and it's intriguing. So he kind of ducks down an alleyway, another alleyway, twist, turn, goes into a darkened storefront down an alleyway. And what does he see? He sees somebody pounding on the drums, facing away from him. Walks in slowly, goes around, and who is it? Cranky Kong. Wise
Okay.
old gorilla. Listen, I was kind of grasping at straws at this point.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
Yeah. So the gorilla explains to Yoshi, hey man, you're in the right place. You're not alone. There are other people like you. Or other things like you. Look at me. I'm a fucking old ass gorilla banging on these bongos in this weird ass store by myself.
That's direct dialogue from the film.
Yup.
Fucking old ass.
I'm an old ass gorilla. Still Fred Armisen saying this though.
Okay.
We're keeping that casting.
Obviously,
I will
yeah,
die
you
on
have
this
to.
hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will fucking die on this hill.
At least you'll be dead.
Thank God. Oh, but no, Cranky kind of explains to him that, hey, you're not alone. Other, beings have kind of come through these tubes. And, there's one here that seeks to do a lot of harm and seek revenge on this city and specifically the plumbers. And you need to stop them because the plumbers don't know what's happening. And I don't think they can stop him. They got lucky the last time, but I don't think they can. Who is he talking about?
Donkey
The villain from Yoshi's Island, Kamek. Yes. did I have to do a little bit of research on this to find out if Yoshi actually had an enemy? Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it turns yeah.
yeah.
So, when you're protecting baby Mario, it's Kamek who wants to get baby Mario. And so he is now the big bad here. So he did not, he was not killed at the end of the Super Mario movie. He teleported back to the Darklands. But he periodically pops back up to wreak a little bit of havoc in the best way possible as a VC bro and a real estate developer. I mean, how else are you going to ruin a great city like New York?
Just
Yeah,
buying up properties and
exactly.
kicking people out.
Exactly. Just taking away this, the charm of these great neighborhoods. Putting up CVS's and shit, Getting rid of the bodega cats.
You can't get rid of the bodega cats.
Can if you get rid of the bodegas.
No,
No.
no, I refuse. I refuse to allow that to happen. Spider-Man won't let that happen.
Well, Spider-Man ain't here, buddy. It's up to Yoshi
Oh, damn,
to stop this guy who is being worshipped by finance bros. Like, he is wreaking havoc in, like, he's not out here doing, like, his wizardy shit. He's out here, like, he figured the game out. Like, how do you ruin, like, what is the best way to get back at these plumbers? Ruin the thing they love. Ruin the city that they love. So there we go. Yoshi knows, or is it? Ah, yes. So Frankie tells him, "Hey, I know where he is. You have to go. You got to go stop him, or else this is going to get too out of hand, and you won't be able to." And so begins. Now I don't remember a lot from the original Daredevil movie.
Colin Farrell was in it.
Michael Clark Duncan was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rest in peace to the
Jennifer
legend.
Garner.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and gloss over that one. That one.
Yep.
Colin Farrell, Jennifer Garner do not play a big part in here.
It's too bad.
If any. Yep. So if you remember, the big final fight happens. Kingpin's office, and so that is exactly what happens here. A shot-for-shot remake
Of the Daredevil Kingpin fight from the end of Daredevil.
Yeah, there we go.
But it's Yoshi and Kamek.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So ending's a little different though. Yoshi knows what he has to do. He understands that his big trump card is the ability to swallow something and shit it out as an egg. Waits for an opening, swallows Kamek, shits him out the 83rd floor window as an egg. Takes him a while to break out. The last thing Kamek sees, the top of a taxi cab. Wham! Plumbers know something's up, so they run over to see what the fuck is going on. Financial district, not really close to their home in Brooklyn, but hey, you gotta go see what's going on. It's your city. Their city, not just their borough. It's the whole damn thing. What do they see? Fucking pancake taxi cab. Eggshell. Nothing. Smash cut to the credits. And that's as far as I got. No mid-credit scene, no post-credit scene.
Did Daredevil have a mid or post-credit scene? Because we can just redo that.
Fuck if I know. Maybe. No, Joe Pantoliano was in there. We could dig up Stan Lee and have him do a cameo.
I like how you're like, I need to figure out a movie. And what, did Daredevil just fucking come up on FX while you were sitting in your living room?
No, I was actually watching Drive to Survive as I was writing this. For some odd reason, my mind just instantly went to fucking Daredevil. And not like good Netflix Daredevil.
No.
Fucking, no.
Ben Affleck. Is Ben Affleck Yoshi?
I mean, he can be.
Fuck yeah.
There we go.
He's gotta be.
We're getting this thing cast as we're writing it. It's brilliant.
So
there we go. There's your dose of unhinged random bullshit.
Yoshi, Dare Yoshi Devil.
Yes.
Yoshi Devil. I'm not sure. So what? So you said you had like a list
Doshi
of
Doshi
movies.
Devil.
You didn't have everything written down, but what was
Okay,
the?
so I didn't have like the list of movies, but I had like, who was going to be my.
Okay, yeah, cast your Avengers.
Yep. So like I said, Iron Man is Mario, Captain America is Luigi, because they can work independently,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but they're better together, and they
Mm-hmm.
know that. Uh, so Yoshi kind of occupies that Hulk area, in that he is green, and he's green.
And turns people into shells. there's
Yep.
there's one thing I know the Hulk does. It's eat people and turn them into shells.
Mm-hmm. That's why he's always angry.
Hulks lay eggs.
There you go.
Okay.
Bruce Banner was hatched.
Yeah.
Fuck what you heard. Oh, God in heaven.
Okay, so we got three of them.
Yep. Uh, I really wanted to like not do this specifically because he already has his own movie, but Thor is going to be Pikachu.
Who is?
But Thor is going to be Pikachu.
It makes sense. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean Pikachu is also a fantastic like Smash character,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. And also I'm really like leaning more towards the Pokemon TV show Pikachu, not Detective Pikachu.
Okay. Okay.
So, Um yeah, Black Widow, Samus.
Okay. Makes
Yep,
sense.
that's a good one.
Makes
Yep.
sense.
And then Hawkeye is Link.
Okay. They both have
Yep.
bow and arrows and
Yeah.
swords. I don't know what the fuck
Hmm?
Hawkeye does.
Fuck if I know.
Yeah.
Run over by a snowcat? Fuck.
Yeah, I also don't know what Link does. I assume Link has a bow and arrow.
Yes, he does.
Okay, good. Nice. I
Yep.
know one thing.
There you go.
Link
Leaned
is
one
the
thing.
girl, right?
How does the girl?
Well, who cares?
Yeah. It's not
Okay,
like
so we got
not
we
like
got
not like Nintendo fanboys are really angry about these things.
yeah. So we've got Mario and Luigi, Iron Man, Captain America,
Mhm.
Yoshi, obviously Hulk because they're both green and lay eggs.
Yep. And he is in a movie that is basically just Daredevil.
Yeah.
So,
Pikachu as Thor,
you know. I'm
Samus
thinking
as
Samus is
Black
Black
Widow,
Widow?
Link as Hawkeye.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Who's the Thanos? Do you have one?
Didn't quite get that far. But I'm gonna say the weird gloved hand from the beginning of Super Mario 64, where you can like fuck up Mario's face. That's the big bad. That's my
Is that the
Thanos.
same hand from Super Smash Brothers?
Probably.
Do we just figure this out?
I think we did.
Yeah.
Mystery solved. You're welcome, internet. Cut
Okay.
to cut to Nintendo fanboys and Smash Brothers fans just hitting us with lore in the comments,
No, it's a different hand.
talking about how we're wrong. And my response is, that's the wrong part, huh?
Yeah,
That's the
that's
thing
the
you're
only part
taking
that we
issue
got wrong.
with.
That's it.
That's the thing
Okay,
that's all you're
I'll take
taking
it.
issue with? You know what?
I'll
That's a
take it.
win. Go
Yeah,
ahead
I'll
and put
take
a
it.
point up on the board for us.
Well, okay then.
How,
So we've
how are you
we've
gonna
got.
follow that up?
I'll try, but I don't think it's going to be as unhinged as yours. I put too much
I
thought
really
into some of mine, and
I I really don't think you can possibly be as unhinged as I
I
was.
don't think I would never in a million years have just been like, let's put Yoshi in the Daredevil movie.
It's a fucking fever dream is what I gave you.
Is the movie called Super Mario Brothers 2? And you just don't see the brothers?
We're just gonna recycle everything
Yeah,
from
Yeah.
the live action Super Mario Brothers movie. Like all everything, all the promos. They
I
got
if
Bob Hoskins.
if I remember correctly, when we did this the first time, Mike started his entire thing out with, "All right, that Mario movie that just came out, scrap it. We're rebooting everything.
Yes, it was instantly like I just pulled a DC. I'm just like, fuck it, we're starting over
We're
again.
starting over. It's all live action now."
Eighth time's the charm,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Uh, that
Okay.
so
Okay.
making this like a weird like DC cinematic like universe parody thing did run across my mind.
It's fair. That's fair. Where you just have a few of the same characters in different movies.
Yep,
Okay.
Mario just running up breathlessly in one scene because it turns out
I
he's
was
just rich.
right. About what? I don't know. We never went back to this.
Mario just running up in one scene because it turns out he doesn't have any superpowers. He's just rich. You
What's
know.
what's your power? I'm really rich. All right. Daredevil. You just took
It,
the other fucking Ben Affleck superhero movie.
damn. Argo's still out there if you want it.
That's fair. That's fair. He's a superhero in that, right?
Sure, why not?
I think so. I think so. Okay. So, I will go ahead and get started on mine. I think you and I somehow had the same idea where we're just gonna use the OG characters from Smash
Yeah.
instead of like the straight up like going with any fucking character that's ever been in
Literally,
Smash.
like anybody that has ever appeared in a Nintendo franchise that is now
Yeah,
somehow DLC.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Christ almighty.
So my pitch here, keep the first Mario Brothers movie with that same ending, with Yoshi popping up there in a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And the next film in the series is Super Mario Brothers 2. Simple enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Mario and Luigi meet Yoshi,
Mm-hmm.
kind of close to the beginning of the game, but they don't meet him under the sewers in New York. They meet him when they're on vacation at Isle Delfino
Oh,
from Super Mario Sunshine.
okay.
Yeah, Sunshine. So they're on vacation with Peach, and while they're there, that's where Luigi meets Princess Daisy. Okay, so
Okay.
he's got a love interest there. They both have a love interest. Um, in this movie, the bad guy once again is Bowser. Okay,
Okay.
at this
Yeah.
time, instead of trying to just get Peach, he just fucking hates Mario and Luigi. He just wants to destroy them. So him and his
Understandable.
minions are planning a way to fuck up Mario's reputation and fuck him up completely. Okay. When they get to Isle Delfino, it's kind of like the same thing that happens in Sunshine, where there's a shadow Mario running around causing issues, causing problems, and then the real Mario gets kind of blamed for it, and has to use the fucking flood machine. It's Sunshine for the most part, but it's Bowser and his minions, and Shadow Mario is shown to be a creation by Kamek. So once again, he was in the first movie. He's kind of like the right hand man of Bowser.
Yeah.
Um, and when Mario and Co. they defeat Shadow Mario, they defeat Bowser. Who cares how? It's a Mario movie or whatever. And at that point, Kamek, tired of being the right hand man to somebody who continues to fail, completely just like is like, go fuck yourself, Bowser. Get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna get rid of all of you. I'm gonna destroy everybody because I'm gonna do this on my own. And he kind of leaves. Okay.
All right.
Um, I had a line in here that I'm removing because that's just gonna be something later. And after they're done with that fight, with defeating Bowser and with defeating Kamek and everything, it's Shadow Mario. Then they're just on the island for their vacation. Donkey Kong shows up with all the other Kongs. In the credits, there's just like stills of them doing, fucking kart racing, and having a good time.
Yeah.
Blah. Very, very simple premise for a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, credits are going. Post-credit scene starts. mid-credit scene because it's a kids movie. You know, they're not going to stay awake for all the goddamn credits.
Lord knows.
Post-credit scene. Kamek is sitting at a desk, and he's talking to somebody off screen, telling them this plan to destroy Bowser and get back at Bowser for failing him, and get back at Mario and Luigi and the princess and everybody. And the camera is panning back as he speaks, and he's like, "So are you guys gonna work with me?" And as the camera pans out, you see a couple of silhouettes. One short, fat one tall, skinny one. Wario, Luigi. You hear the Wario laugh, and it cuts to black.
Yes.
Okay? So
Right.
that's the next movie.
Okay.
Okay?
Like it.
Movie
Yeah.
3.
No.
You ready for this?
So hit me with it.
Kirby's Dream Land.
Hell yes.
He sucks things in, turns them to eggs. It's Daredevil. No.
It's a shot-for-shot remake of Daredevil.
So I was like, can we do could you do a Kirby movie? And I looked up the plot for the Kirby games. It's pretty thin, but I think we can work with it. So
Mm-hmm.
Kirby lives in Dreamland. That's actually where he lives.
Yes.
I thought it was just like a thing. No, Kirby lives in
Nope.
Dreamland. He is a
Yeah.
Kirby. That's his race, apparently. One night, King Dedede and his minions come down from Mount Dedede, which oddly enough was not named after him. Weird. Just a coincidence.
Named after the mountain?
No, completely separate.
Really? All right.
That's not in the lore. I'm just making that up now, but, you know, whatever.
Again, thin lore to begin with.
So they come down from Mount Dedede and steal all the Dreamlanders' food along with the 5 sparkling stars. This is from the game. So this is what the first Kirby game is all about. So the sparkling stars are what the Dreamlanders use to gather food. So now they don't have any food. They don't have a way to gather food. They're starving. They're dying. They're close to death, but they're starving and they're not happy. Kirby, a kind of a younger lad, I guess, a bit
A
unsure of
fresh-faced
himself.
marshmallow.
A little marshmallow, a little buddy,
Little guy.
little unsure of himself, is like, you know what? I'm going to save my town. I'm going to save my people. I'm going to go get these things back. I'm going to climb up, Mount DDD, and I'm going to get these things back and save everybody. Okay? Does not know what the shit he's doing. Doesn't know how to use any powers. He doesn't know how to do the suck and blow. Okay?
Gotta learn that before you go to the big city.
Yeah, gotta learn the suck and blow before you go to the city, pal. So it goes off an adventure to get these sparkling stars back, save Dreamland, and he brings his umbrella with him because he uses his umbrella kind of as a weapon and also as like to kind of it helps. He knows how to like float with it. He can jump off things and he can float and blah blah blah. I wrote using an umbrella to float around and attack bad dudes. So on his adventure, going up the mountain, coming across these stars and defeating these bad guys, he runs into another being who sometimes helps him a little bit, and at other times, kind of, is like being a dick and kind of hindering him a little bit. He gathers, after gathering a few of these stars, this being finally comes out, reveals himself, Meta Knight, who is very famous. He's not in the original Smash Brothers game, but we're pulling those characters.
We'll put it there.
So Meta Knight is just like a hero, another hero, and he's like, you know what, kid, you've done a good job. Give me those stars. I'm gonna go get the rest of these, and I'm gonna just get everything done. You can go, kid. You've done your job. Get out of here. And Kirby's like, nah, man, I gotta finish this. I already got 4 of these things. The only other one is with King Dedede. I gotta finish this. And Meta Knight's trying to intimidate him. Kirby stands up for himself and is like, nah, motherfucker. Doesn't
I'm
say
just
that,
imagine.
but
I'm imagining Kirby's having like all these very like complex and deep thoughts and like saying all of this in his head, but he can really only communicate through like facial expressions and like the couple of noises he actually like canonically makes. So just like in his head.
Kirby is clearly being played by Michael Cera. Okay?
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
All right. You're not wrong.
Okay. Kirby stands up to Meta Knight, earns his respect, and he's like, "You know what, kid? You got this. Go ahead." Initially I was thinking Kirby would be played by like Idris Elba, but then I remembered Idris Elba's already been in that universe.
Mm, yeah, can't do that.
So yeah, you can't double dip.
Who's, no, who's playing Meta Knight?
Idris Elba.
I
I don't know
mean,
who would play Meta Knight. Who would be that kind of like dickish? Chris Pine,
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban. Let's go
Yeah,
with Carl Urban. Carl Urban is
there we
Meta Knight.
go.
Okay.
All right,
Fuck. Now I want to see a buddy cop movie of Carl Urban and Michael Cera.
we could write this.
We
We
could.
could make this happen. Clear,
So go ahead.
clearly, between the two of us, we can shit out something functional.
We got 2 brain cells at least.
We can rub them together, make something.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
So he's got the 4 stars. He goes and he's starting to. He goes up to King DDD to get the final star, and King DDD is just beating the hell out of him, just knocking him around like a little balloon.
beat the
And
brakes off our little marshmallow friend.
breaks. Yeah, exactly. And before he's feeling defeated, he's like, "Oh, I can't do this. I can't do this." And then he hears Meta Knight's voice in his head, and he's like, "Come on, kid, you got this." I don't know what Carl Urban would sound like, but he's got that accent. And Kirby gets up and he's like, "All right, I got this." And he starts breathing in. He starts breathing in. He just keeps breathing in. Keeps breathing in.
Take a deep breath,
Sucks
kid.
everything up. And then he's like,
Oh
"What?"
God.
And just spits it back out at King DDD, knocks him out, knocks the star away, picks up the star. He's got it. He's defeated King DDD. Other Kirby's come up. They're cop Kirby's. They take King DDD away, and he's yelling. He's like, "You can't do this to me!" I don't know who King DDD is. I don't know what he sounds like.
Don't think we.
Who's gonna be DDD? I don't know. We'll figure that out. Put that in the comments.
Yeah.
Who's King DDD?
So let us know who you're casting in these roles that we do not have explicit casting for.
Yeah. I mean, probably just Alan Tudyk just using the same voice that he did in Wreck-It Ralph as the king.
Yeah, probably.
As King Candy.
That works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, King Deddede's taken away. Kirby's saved the day. Everybody's happy. Everybody loves him. During the credits, you see them kind of doing everything. Post-credit scene. Because these all have post-credit scenes. Remember, this is the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. All post-credit scenes all the time. You got to stay in your seats. King Dedede is in a jail cell. Okay? Just in regular clothes instead of his, fancy king clothes. Guard off screen. Lights out! And the lights just shut off. And he's just like, ugh. He's laying in his bunk. It's completely pitch black. All of a sudden, a glow starts to come over from the side of him.
Oh.
And he kind of wakes up. He looks over. And there's a glowing door in his cell. It slowly opens. And you see first a scepter. And then you see the rest of Kamek come out of the door. And Kamek just uses his scepter and he's like, motions to him. King Dedede goes through the door. It shuts, disappears.
Ooh.
So King Dedede
Chills.
is out of jail. Kamek now has what? Wario, Waluigi, King Dedede. Okay.
Murderer's Row
A murderer's
of
row
Nintendo villain.
of assholes.
True rogues gallery there.
Yeah. All right. You ready for movie number? This is 4, I guess, because you got Mario 1 and then Mario 2 and Kirby's Dream Land.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what do you got for me, buddy?
Movie number 4, Metroid.
I'm sold.
Done. Movie 5. No. Metroid. So this is where I kind of just started writing more than just, hey, this. Just kind of more detailed stuff. So I can probably just read this.
Okay.
And maybe I might edit some stuff as I talk because I may have fucked shit up. Um, so Metroid starts. We got Samus Aran, which if that's
Mhm.
not how you pronounce her name, fucking cares. Samus Aran is a former member of the Galactic Federation, previously under the command of Adam Malkovich. This is all from the games, by the way. This is when I started writing these, I just pulled up like the Wikipedias for all these fucking games, and I was like, I'm gonna get like details from this shit and kind of move stuff around. Um,
Attaboy.
yeah. So former member of the Galactic Federation, previously under the command of Adam Malkovich. Now she's a bounty hunter taking jobs that others can't get done. Very recently, a ship containing an unknown life form has been stolen by space pirates, which is their name and not just what they are,
Yep.
and taken to the planet Zebes, where Samus was raised. Human scientists believe that this life form is a Metroid, capable of multiplying and, if used by the space pirates as bioweapons, has the capability to wipe out millions. I don't know
Hmm.
how. I'm assuming, you know, the plague.
Something.
Yeah. Samus takes on the job of going to Zebes to destroy the Metroid and take out the space pirates. While there, and this is just kind of for the movie, so it's not just one person running around in silence, she's in communication with Adam, her old CO, because she's like, I'm doing this, and he's like, I get it. I'm trying to make sure that the army, the Galactic Federation, doesn't send in a huge army. Because he knows that this is a job that she can do alone, and if he sends a huge army there, it's going to cause more problems, and shit's going to get overblown, and problems are going to happen. So he's basically like, hey, I know you can do this. I'm trying to keep them off your tail as long as I can. So she's kind of under a time crunch of, I need to get this done before they send in the cavalry and everything, goes to hell. So Samus goes through this massive space pirates compound, fighting pirates, destroying there's been some Metroids that have kind of multiplied and they're just kind of around, destroying these shits. She comes up against a high ranking commander of the pirates, who is also a space dragon named
Oh,
Ridley. Okay? Once again, this is just
canon.
from the game. Okay, Ridley's
This
a,
is.
a big old space dragon.
Is it canon? Yes.
Yes. Um, I wrote coming up against Ridley, a high-ranking commander of the pirates, who also happens to be a space dragon. Just because. As she's making her way through, it's kind of like the game where she's finding new weapons and kind of upgrading, and she finds some new weapons that kind of integrate with her suit that can kind of multiply those, including like small bombs and stuff like that, things that she can shoot out of her arm cannon because it's still Samus Aran. She's in the fucking suit.
Yeah.
I didn't think I had to spell that out, but yeah, she's in the suit and she's getting these upgrades as she's going through. So, and as she's going around and she's fighting bad guys and she's doing this, she's hearing more and more about their leader, and here's the name Mother Brain.
Mm.
That Mother Brain is a thing kind of running this whole compound, and it's kind of the, no pun intended, brains behind the entire operation. So, this is, good chunk of the movie is just her running through, gathering info, defeating enemies. Finds out that Mother Brain is kind of at the top of this mountain, almost overlooking the rest of Zebes and the compound. So gathers information. She climbs to the peak of this mountain to go to Mother Brain, and before she can get there, Ridley gets in her way for another big fight, one final fight.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing shit. At some point, Samus shoots Ridley's wing and completely just fucks up the wing. We're going for a PG, maybe PG-13 rating here. Ridley can't fly, he's using that to kind
Yeah.
of direct the flight. Almost breaks off one of the wings. Ridley can't fly, and now it's just like a straight up, fight. So eventually, Samus has Ridley kind of at like on the edge of a cliff almost, but knows like, okay, if I just knock this thing down, it can probably still get back up. Like it probably still has flight and everything. I need to do something to take this thing out. Uses the bombs, and as Ridley is standing on the edge, Samus puts just like a row of bombs kind of in front. So Ridley goes backwards off the edge, or Ridley goes forward into the bombs. Samus
Ooh.
hits the button, blows everything up, Cliff breaks. Ridley falls. Okay, there's smoke, there's fire. Brr. The camera sees Ridley falling, falling. Before hitting the ground, a glowing door pops up, opens up. Ridley
Oh,
falls through it. It shuts.
oh shit.
Ridley's gone. Samus catches her breath, runs over to the edge. She can't see anything because there's just smoke and there's fire and there's dust everywhere. But she's
Huh.
like, he's not
Oh,
coming back. I think we're good. Takes the win, goes into Mother Brain's lair, destroys it. Because after fighting a
mhm.
space dragon, a giant brain in a jar like Zordon from Power Rangers, not going to be too much
Really
fuss. Okay.
pretty easy to handle at that point.
Exactly. Job's complete. She's defeated Mother Brain, defeated Ridley, destroyed the Metroids on the planet, gotten rid of the space pirates. She's like, job done. Heads in her ship, flies away. She's the hero.
She is.
So what do we got here? Post-credit scene. Come on. I just fucking told you. All these things have post-credit scenes. Okay. Post-credit scene.
What do
Back to
we do with it?
Samus flying in her ship. She's talking to, her CEO about the job, and a distress signal comes up.
Oh,
Distress signal from a place that she's never heard of called Mushroom Kingdom.
hmm.
She's like, this is kind of weird. She answers it, and then the video comes in, and it's just burning wreckage, fire, broken shit all over, smoke, sounds of people fighting in the background. And before she can figure out what the hell is going on, you see a face pop into the screen, and it's Princess Peach. And before she could say anything, Princess Peach is like, look, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I need you to come to this universe. Samus Aran, we need your help. And the camera just cuts to Samus's face, cut to black. She's confused as fuck. So now we've got Kamek's team of Kamek,
Mhm.
Wario, Luigi, or Waluigi, King DDD, Ridley.
Pretty fucking impressive lineup.
Pretty good. And then you got Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Donkey Kong, Yoshi,
Hmm.
and Samus Aran.
All right.
Okay. We got one more movie before Super Smash Brothers.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? You ready? You ready?
Hit me with it.
So this one I got super deep into this one for some fucking reason. I don't know why. But
But here you are.
here we are. And once again, these are all things that I've learned about this game in the canon of the game.
Hmm.
Movie, was this 5? 5.
Sure.
Star Fox. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Because Fox McCloud is one of the OG Smash Brothers characters.
Yes, he is.
Okay. So, movie opens on a destroyed cityscape. Buildings have collapsed. Vehicles are overturned in the streets. Chaos everywhere.
Hmm.
We cut to a room with a metal chair with a camera kind of looking into the room with the metal chair at like a desk. And as the camera's pointing forward, what I'm assuming are police officers throw in a crazed primate, got a bit of a smirk on his face, in a white coat, wearing handcuffs, clearly under
Oh.
arrest. Camera starts doing a very, very slow zoom in on their face.
Yeah.
And this primate is just looking into the camera. Like as if he knows that it's there, just looking straight into the camera as it's zooming in very slowly. Off screen, in a very hushed tone, you just hear, Andros, what have you done?
Oh.
As the camera continues to zoom in, just, the same shot, we cut to Andros, this primate, in an orange jumpsuit now, in kind of a big tribunal room. Big
Yeah.
kind of circular. I'm thinking the tribunal thing from fucking Rick and Morty, but
Yeah. Why not?
instead of just like a fucking human courtroom.
Yeah.
because I was like, that might be silly. But
Yep.
orange jumpsuit in a tribunal. His smile is a bit bigger now. Little chuckles. And off screen,
Because
you
he knows
hear,
exactly what he's done.
yeah, knows exactly what he's done. Off screen, you hear, for your crimes, we find you guilty of high treason and banish you to the planet Venom, which is the name in the game,
Mm-hmm.
at the far reaches of our galaxy. Still smiling, chuckling a little bit. Still doing the slow zoom. This entire time we're doing a slow zoom, closer and closer to his face while he's staring right into it. Cuts to Andros, still in the orange jumpsuit, now in the back of a transport ship, kind of just, just shaking
Bouncing
with the
around.
turbulence, just kind of smiling bigger and bigger and bigger, and almost laughing now, louder and louder, just moving along with the turbulence, just kind of riding it out.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, the camera is pretty much just straight into his face. He's just doing a big old smile right into the camera and laughing.
Yeah.
Camera suddenly zooms out. It shows Andros alone, just in a desolated wasteland, which we got to assume is Venom.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just hear him say, "Time to get to work," in whatever fucking voice he has. A very distinct voice. I don't know who it's going to be yet. Morgan Freeman. I don't want that to be racist, but he's Morgan. You hear Morgan Freeman's voice, and you're like, "That's fucking Morgan Freeman."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Cut to a few years later. Okay, Andros is gone. Everybody's kind of forgotten about it. Nobody goes to Venom and comes back. He was sent there
Exactly.
basically to die.
Yep.
Okay, years later, we meet up with James McLeod, the leader of the Star Fox team, along with his two wingmen, Peppy Hare and Pigma Dengar. It's a rabbit and a pig. Gotta remember, these are silly animal names. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Star Fox team gets called for a mission to a distant planet. There have been sightings of bioweaponry above Venom.
Oh no.
Not sure why.
The hell could this be?
Yeah, they need to go and check it out. As they get closer, they're on the radio with the commander-in-chief of the army, General Pepper, who is an adorable dog.
I was gonna say McGruff the crime dog.
Yeah, General Pepper. And they're just on the radio, and they're like, "Yeah, we're not seeing anything. We don't know what's going on." Suddenly, they're surrounded by ships and weapons.
Oh no.
Out of nowhere, radios are cut off. They can't get back to General Pepper. They're wondering what the hell's going on. And these ships just start attacking. Completely outgunned. They can't all escape. They're all in their own ships, but they can't all get out. James makes the decision to just fight, and he's yelling, "Peppy, Pigma, get yourselves to safety. Get out of here. I'm gonna draw their attack. You guys escape." Peppy is trying to argue back, being like, "I'm not gonna leave you. I'm not gonna leave you." And James is like, "Get your ass out of here. You guys have to go tell them what's going on here." And Pigma just does not reply. James can't see his ship. He's not replying. Can't hear him on the radio. Can't pick him up at all. So he's already like, "Peppy, you've got to go. You got to get out of here." Peppy is finally just is like, "Fine, I'm leaving." He goes. James takes everybody there. As we see him, just dogfighting with a bunch of enemies, you hear him start to record a message. And all you hear, as you're seeing his flies, is, "Son, if you're hearing this, that means I'm cut it." His ship gets blown up. He's gone.
No.
They blow up his ship. The bad guys fly away. Fade to black. Okay. Back at the planet Corneria, which, by the way, that's where they're all from. Corneria. Sorry about that. Meant to bring that up earlier. Fox McCloud is a cadet at the Cornerian Defense Army Academy. And a damn fine pilot, just like his father, James McLeod. He's on a
family.
Yep, kind of on a routine training mission. He's killing it. He's the best. He gets hailed on the radio. "Fox, we need you back here at base." And he's like, "Come on, I'm almost done with this mission. I'm about to break the record. I got to do this." And "No, Fox, you got to come back here. It's urgent." So he's, hotshot kid. He's like, "Fine," turns around. He's annoyed. He lands. We see him getting out of his ship, taking his helmet off, and he's like, "Why'd you guys bring me back here? What's going on?" As he's talking, he sees General Pepper, the adorable dog,
Oh
and Peppy Hare walking towards him.
no.
So he already knows what he's about to hear, but the first
Oh
thing he
shit.
says is, "Where's my dad?" Peppy can't even look at him, and he just yells, "Where is he?" And Peppy, shaking his head, he almost starts to cry. Okay, you do that kind of slow fade, and there's some stuff, and you see like a little, you see like the funeral or whatever for him, and after the funeral, Peppy comes up to Fox, and he's like, "Hey, I know probably not who you want to see right now, but your dad always told me that if he's, if he gets killed, if he dies in action, he wants you to take over the Star Fox team. I know it's only me, so it'd just be me and you, but your dad wants you to be the leader of the Star Fox team and take it over and continue the work." Fox is like, I don't know if I can. I'm still a cadet. I'm barely doing this. And Peppy's like, your dad knows that you would be ready. He didn't say this just at some point. He said, if I'm ever killed, Fox is ready. So they talk it over, talk it over. Fox finally agrees, and Peppy's like, great. You need a team. It can't just be the two of us. I'm an old wingman. You're a young piece of shit. We need a team. So Fox gets to work recruiting some of his friends, including Slippy Toad, who's a toad. It's crazy.
Right? It's
Like,
crazy.
yeah, very skilled mechanic, one of his oldest friends, and Falco Lombardi, who I learned today is a former gang leader.
Really?
Yeah, old friend of Fox's, former gang leader, and kind of like little rivals, like little friendly rivals. Okay. So he pulls them into their team. They're all happy. We get a little montage of team building, learning how to work together, and as Fox is like becoming a leader. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So, a few months later, as they're, getting better, Fox is kind of at his desk. He's reading reports of like missions and things that they're being offered. Peppy Hare runs into the room and he's got a mission. And he's like, there's been a sighting of your dad's missing wingman, Pigma. Like
Shit.
people saw him on Venom. We need to go rescue him right now. And
Mm-hmm.
Fox is just like, fuck yeah, we do. Okay, this is a PG-13 now at this point. He's like, fuck yeah, we do. Let's get everybody together. They jump into their ships. They start flying over to Venom because they hear these things. And as they're flying over during the trip, Peppy is kind of thinking, and he's like, this is kind of weird, isn't it? That he's just been missing, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden we're just getting reports that he's there. This is kind of weird. Fox, I think we should turn around. I don't think we should go. And Fox is like, no, like there have been reports of this, the last kind of link to my dad. There's you and there's Pigma. If he's there, we got to save him. And Peppy's like, we gotta kind of freak out. We can't go. And he's like, all right, Peppy, look, what we're going to do, we'll have Falco and Slippy, Toad, he's a toad, kind of hang back.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So if anything does
crazy.
happen to us, they can head back and they can get help really fast. And he's like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. So they kind of shut off lights, Fox and Peppy, and they kind of get closer and closer to this base. And as they get really close, they see Pigma's ship there. And
Oh,
Peppy's like, oh shit, that's a ship. He's here. And as they get even closer, you just hear a voice over their radios saying, I can't believe this worked twice.
oh shit.
Suddenly, Pigma's ship just takes off, and three other ships come out of the darkness. They start attacking Fox and Peppy, thinking, God, we got these guys. Let's just send out a few of these. They easily dispatch the ships because they're really good at their jobs, and they make their escape. As they're flying away, Fox is like, hey, do you know who the hell that was? And Peppy just responds with, Andros. And you can tell that he's terrified.
Shit.
Get back to Corneria. The Star Fox team rushes into General Pepper's office to tell him about Andros and that he's on Venom. Pepper was initially the person who banished him to Venom, and he's like, that's impossible. Nobody goes there to live. People go there to die. There's no way he could have survived, especially after all this time. You could tell that he's scared and he just doesn't want to believe it. So he's just like, nope, that can't happen. Nope, you're wrong. You're wrong. Star Fox team leaves. They head back to their headquarters. Fox wants to go back there right away. and just take out Andros. He's like, you know what? We're a team now. We can go beat this guy. We can kill him. He killed my dad. I gotta get back at him right now. We gotta get Pigma and see what's going on there. And Peppy and Slippy are like, no, man. Like if we go there now, we're just gonna die. We can't go there without a plan. We need to get a plan. Fox is angry. Falco's just kind of over there in the corner, not saying anything. And Fox eventually is just like, and just kind of yells, goes to his room like a fucking
Yeah.
kid, you know. But he's mad. He wants to do something, and they're being like, no, we can't do anything. Goes back to his room. He's in it, just kind of sitting there, stewing. There's a knock on the door, and Fox is just like, go away. And Falco opens the door anyway. And he's like, look, when we were hanging back, we were kind of surveying the area, and we found a ship. We found a wrecked ship. It was your dad's ship.
Oh shit.
And before Fox can really say anything, Falco kind of hands him a data stick or a flash drive or whatever the hell they have in this world.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, I stopped listening to this once I heard what it was. It's for you. And just hands it to him and walks out. And Fox is looking at this thing. He's like, the hell? He plays it, and he hears his dad's voice. And it's the recording that he was doing earlier, and it's full. And it's like, son, if you're hearing this, that means I'm gone. This isn't how I wanted to say goodbye, but it's better than not saying anything. You make me proud to be your father each and every day. Fox is crying at this point. And I hope you always know that. You're becoming the man I always thought you would be, and I wish I could be there to see the man you become. I know you'll accomplish great things, son. I love you. Goodbye. And it ends. Now Fox has a new sense of purpose, and he's like, I'm glad we didn't just fucking rush into this thing. So we would have died. And I got to make him proud. He's proud. So they go out there. This is kind of where I stopped, where I ended.
Okay.
So now it's just kind of off the cuff. Goes back to Peppy, and he's like, what do we got to do? You know, what do we need to go there? And they get they're like, we need our ships to be faster, stronger, and survive more. We got to go. You know, we can't just go in there with what we have now. We got to build up. Once again, we got another montage of them building up their ships, getting everything ready for this kind of final fight. Eventually, they're ready, and they go to General Pepper again. They're like, hey, we're doing this. We're not under your command. We're doing this. But one more time, are you going to help us? And General Pepper's still like, no, we don't, there's no way that he's alive. Blah, blah, blah. So they're like, all right, bro, go fuck yourself. We're at a rated R movie now. Okay.
All right.
A lot of fucks. People are dying on screen.
Yeah.
So it's their big final battle. They go back to Venom. They're taking out ships left and right and left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, they see Pigma's ship. And Peppy's like, Pigma, you're here. Come on, we're here to save you. And Pigma's like, oh, that's great. And as they're talking, some other ships kind of come around the side here and start to flank Peppy's ship.
Oh, no.
And before they can start shooting, those things get taken out by Falco and Slippy. And and he's like, what the hell? And Pigma's like, I don't know how you guys keep surviving all this, and starts attacking Peppy. And Peppy and Pigma got a dogfight in the skies, while Fox and everybody else is going after Andros and destroying the base that he's got going on here. Comes back, and we go back to Fox, and Fox is, kind of at Andros's base and just straight up confronting him, being like, what the hell, you killed my dad. What the hell are you doing here? How are you alive? And you get the whole speech from Andros about how, when I was on Corneria and I was doing my research, and they just nobody could see my vision. So when my attack happened on Corneria, I knew that General Pepper wouldn't kill me. He wouldn't have the guts to kill me. So he would send me somewhere. I knew it was going to be here. So this was all my plan, was to get here, to build my new base, and to build this army, and we're going to take over this galaxy. Okay. And he's like, what'd you do to Pigma? You killed my dad, and we found his lieutenant here. What's going on? And he's like, oh yeah, Pigma, I just had to pay him a lot of money. So he's rich now. But, got you here, didn't it? And he's cocky about it and everything. And they got a straight up all out fight, fist fight. Okay,
Yeah.
they're on the 83rd floor of a building. One of them's Kingpin,
Mm-hmm.
one of them's Daredevil. It's in all these movies.
Comes back around, baby.
What comes back around, exactly. So as they're doing their fight, Fox has his radio in. He hears Peppy kind of screaming. He's like, "Oh no, oh no, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it." And it cuts. So he's kind of freaking out. What's going on? Gets blindsided by Andros, and eventually just Slippy and Falco come in. Falco just fucking pops him in the face. I don't know. However that fight ends, but now
Yeah,
Andros is
just
kind of on the ground, and he's defeated. Fox and the other two are kind of in the room together trying to figure out what's going on with Peppy. They can't get him on the radio. They can't do this. And finally they're just like, we got to go get him. They look back. Andros is gone.
oh,
And they see kind of off in the distance, like a little escape pod leave the planet. And they can either go after him or they can go get their friend and see what's going on here. They choose to go after their friend, let Andros escape. They find Peppy. His ship destroyed, crashed. But before he crashed, he got his, what's that thing called? Balloon animal? Escape thing? I don't know.
Ejection seat.
Thank you. Ejection
You're
seat.
welcome.
Yeah, so he's over there. He's safe. The ship is gone. And they're like, "Where's Pigma?" And he's like, "He's gone. Like, I defeated him. I beat him. He's gone." And then as I was leaving, I got kind of clipped by the debris of his ship, and it took me down. So everybody's safe. They get back to Corneria, and now they've actually got proof. Hey, we saw Andros. We fought him. He got away because we didn't have kind of the backup to be able to stop him. So Andros lives for another day. Okay.
Yeah.
They're still, they're not really hailed as heroes because they didn't beat the final bad guy, but they kind of stopped an attack that was going to happen. So they're still now they're kind of believed. It's the end of the movie is them being like, "Yeah, people know us." I don't really know what a post-credit scene for that one would be. I haven't gotten that far.
Okay.
But it has. I was thinking, they're out during the credits. They're flying around in their ships. All of a sudden, just fucking big portal comes up in front of them. They all fly through it. It closes behind them. And all of a sudden, they're like, "Where the hell are we? We're in a different part. This isn't our space. What's going on?" Another ship comes and flies over. And you hear on the radio, "Oh, finally, you guys are here. We're waiting on you. We got work to do." Princess Daisy and her ship.
Oh.
And then you kind of cut, and Mario's got his ship, and you've got Samus flying in her ship, and they're all kind of flying through space towards a destination. And Star Fox team just kind of was like, "Yeah, all right."
What?
They're just going with it. So now you've got all the heroes together. Super Smash Brothers the movie.
There it is.
I don't know what the fuck is. They fight each other. I don't know.
It's something. I don't know.
And then Daredevil shows up.
Yes. That Murdoch out of nowhere. That Murdoch from the top rope. Exactly.
Yes, I
Oh,
got really deep into that Star Fox thing.
you really did. God damn. Ah,
It was like, yeah, Mario and Luigi, they go to the thing and they do the thing and they're fine. Star Fox, okay, here's how we start 5,000 years in the past. No.
I'm just imagining you just like going into the office, just being like, "I'm gonna need some me time."
I was like, I had to work a bit of overtime today, and the last couple hours were just me kind of waiting to see if anything broke because we were doing like an upgrade. So it was just me kind of like reading Star Fox, things and writing this. Just
reading the Star Fox lore.
I'm just like,
And here
okay,
we
yeah,
are.
that makes sense. Okay, yeah, all right, yeah. So, NCU,
Beautiful.
Super Smash Brothers.
Got a couple different options here.
You got Daredevil.
You get the fever dream that I gave you.
Or you have a movie
Listen,
that's gonna make you cry a couple times.
there's a whole host of terrible superhero movies I could draw from. We're barely scratching the surface here, baby.
Oh yeah, this is only the first. The next one is going to be the NCU's Endgame.
God.
Okay. All right. Well, Mike, I believe we have kept our friends here long enough.
Yes.
Okay,
We have. Thank you,
we're about
everybody,
an
for
hour
sticking
10
around.
here.
We appreciate y'all for sticking around. We love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let us know who you would cast as any of the characters in the comments
Mhm.
there. Okay, we only have a few. So far we got Ben
Yeah.
Affleck as Yoshi,
Yes.
Michael Cera as Kirby,
Mm-hmm.
and Carl Urban as Meta Knight.
Yes.
And maybe oh god, I forgot his name. Morgan Freeman as Andros.
Yeah, I feel like that one. I feel like that one's not going to make it out of the room. That one's
Yeah,
gonna.
probably not. I'm just
That one's
he's
gonna.
his you hear Morgan Freeman, you're like, that's fucking Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
You know? And you gotta
Yeah.
have a
No, I
voice
get.
that you know because you're not gonna see the face when you
Yeah.
hear them when they go back. You know what I mean? Like you gotta
I get where you're coming from.
you know?
I really do. Man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a better voice actor out there that we could get.
Yeah.
So, but hey, maybe you know out there.
Mark
Let
Hamill.
us know. There it is.
It's Joker. He's just Joker.
He's just Joker. Perfect.
Yeah.
Done. Get it, folks. But yeah, let us know your NCU entries down in the comments below. We'd love to know them.
Yep.
And,
Over on Twitter, we are at Story Motors Pod. Mike, before we get out of here, what's your
Yes.
streaming look like next week?
Next week we're probably going to be doing more Rocket League. Not sure what we're doing Wednesday. Wednesday seems to be the wild card.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Rise did not go well at
No.
all. No, God, no.
Did nobody do the tutorial first?
So I kind of forgot how some of these how long some of these fucking tutorials can be and how annoying they are.
Yeah. Very.
So yeah. Yeah, we got part of the way through and then we just jumped back into Sea of Thieves.
Okay,
So,
that's fair enough. I mean, Sea of Thieves there's a new season and it's about to come to PS5, and I'm pretty sure there's crossplay, so that's gonna blow up here pretty soon again.
yeah, it's gonna be a big thing. They're adding a bunch of cool stuff like double barrel pistols.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. The ability to slide along the grappling hook line or the the harpoon line. That's gonna be a fun one. All sorts of other fun stuff. Just making it an infinitely better version of Skull and Bones.
I don't know
That
how it
thing
can
ever
be
becomes-
worse. That game is just boring.
If it ever becomes $5 or free to play, I will
Play Sea of Thieves, I get it. Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, Thursday, maybe more Helldivers. Depends if somebody's going to an Alkaline Trio show. You know.
All right. I mean,
Hey,
I'm pretty sure Matt
who knows?
Steve is going to be there, but you never know.
I mean, who knows?
You never know.
Exactly. You know.
Yeah.
Pull Dan Andriano off the bench. Get him to spread democracy with us.
There we go.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, so that's what I got going on. And yeah, go ahead and follow Nerdy for Beginners on Facebook, Instagram. I think I'm going to start a new TikTok because it's a little bit easier to build an audience there.
Yep.
But subscribe to the YouTube. I've been putting up some stuff there. And yeah, go check us out on Twitch. Give us a follow. We would really, really love it.
Yeah.
And
It's always a fun
Robert,
stream.
my dear.
Yeah. So
It always is, especially when I get really angry at Zach.
Which happens quite a bit.
Or yell at Courtney for eating yogurt.
Yeah.
That was...
Which happens quite a bit.
Yep.
And you know what? They don't listen to this, so they'll never know we're talking about them. Fuck you,
Be hilarious
Zach.
be fucking hilarious if this is how we find out.
Heard you on the podcast last week.
I do love that I'm branding myself as just like the angry fucking host, just yelling at my friends. Just a total fucking dickhead.
Uh,
Uh, anyway,
yeah.
Robert, my dear sweet friend, where can we find you? What are you streaming this week? Are you streaming this week?
So I believe the Thursday this is going to come out.
Mhm.
The week after that, I am heading to Philadelphia
Oh, he has to throw batteries at Ric Flair.
to throw batteries at Ric Flair's dumb fucking face and to go to just a bunch of wrestling shows, culminating with WrestleMania nights 1 and 2.
There we go.
So, if I stream, actually, I didn't stream this game, but they added Control to Xbox Game Pass recently,
Ooh,
and I was like, oh, I've heard really good things. I'm gonna download that. I'm gonna try it out. I'm now about 25 hours in, and I'm going through
hell
the
yeah.
rest of the achievements, and just fucking
Okay.
just sped through the game because that story is cool as shit.
Hell yeah.
So, if I when I do stream again, more than likely it's gonna be like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, because
Okay.
I'm still super early on. I did Persona. I finished all that, and I was like, cool. I'm gonna jump into Like a Dragon now, and then I got WWE 2K24. I got sucked into that, you know.
Hmm.
And after a few days, I was like, cool. Let me do Like a Dragon. I played a couple hours of that. The next day, Control came into Game Pass, and I was like, well,
Well, shit.
what the fuck? So I'm
Hmm.
gonna go play some more Control. I'm gonna play the Sandland demo,
Okay.
game based on Akira Toriyama's Sandland, creator of Dragon Ball Z, recently passed away. Yeah, new game coming out, and they released a demo, so I'm gonna try that one out. Looks fun as hell.
Hell
But
yeah.
yeah, I'm on Twitch at Mr_Hawks182. Also on Twitter at Mr_Hawks. Same with Instagram, and I believe same Mr. It's 182 on TikTok. I post there every once in a while. But more importantly, we are on Twitter at Story Motors Pod.
Mhm.
We post to YouTube and the podcast services every Thursday morning. So if you want video, hi YouTube. If you just want audio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever the hell Apple Podcasts also churns out to, we are there.
Literally, literally any other podcast platform because they just scrape Apple Podcasts.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
Please, 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 if you enjoy what we're doing, give us a rating, a 5-star rating over there. Give us a thumbs up or anything. On YouTube, leave a comment. Interact with us on the Twitters. Try
Do
to
a
share this with a friend.
go to go to Best Buy. Go to your Apple store. Play these podcasts on all of the demo phones.
Yeah.
Subscribe. 5-star reviews on all of them. It is a thing you can totally do.
It's
I am
not
not.
illegal.
It's not illegal.
Yeah.
Is it perhaps a little bit below board? I don't know.
Who
I'm
gives a
not.
fuck?
I am not one to judge.
Yeah.
You know, maybe wearing flowing black, whatnot. But I'm not a judge because I have a hammer handy. Doesn't mean I'm a judge. So,
All right. Well, let's get out of here. Mike,
sir, Robert,
I will see you later. I'm going to hit this
Take it easy,
outro music, and then we're going to go to the outro page.
hooray!
So, say your final goodbyes. Here comes the music. It
Hey,
is now
everybody.
playing. Thanks, everybody. We will see y'all next week. I'm going to try to get some balloons here. No, apparently it's only a Mac thing. So, bye. Bye.
Hey,
Do I have balloons? Still no,
random things like
still no goddamn balloons.